These days, like wherever I go, they taking over like we ain't cool no more. Don't nobody show love. Instead of lending a helping hand, they wanna see blood. I know that God be so mad. So daughters disrespect their mothers like sons do they dads. And these days, I just don't know what to do. I'm struggling just to make it home. What about you? These days, it seems like the definition of real and change. Like today is cool to drop something in the hottest thing. It's cool to shake your homie's hand. And then go sex his dang. That's a damn shame. It's cool to be gay, cause these women be having more women than Joseph McVeigh. I'm treat you bad. That's the reason I got all night and never had the time. Ready to put somebody's hurt. But that ain't the solution. You'll be like me and end up in an institution. So I don't know you, I'm just trying to make a contribution. Hoping you don't end up on death row living in execution. Ain't an injection or an introduction. Or even worse, somebody you disrespected comes and put you in the dirt. I know if you can't get rid of your tension, living hurts. Just try to vent your frustration, doing something that won't prepare you to ride in the hurts. It's easier said than done. Soon as you solve a problem, you're facing another one. Deal with one player, here another one come. I know you feel like you're done. He hung, bled, and died. Worshiping iron gods like power and money, man. Knowing my people won't do the same. Like wherever I go, the fake taking over like we ain't cool no more. And these days, they're living in helping and they wanna see us. These days, sons and they dads. These days, struggling just to make it, homie. What about you? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, man? Y'all tune in to No Lanes TV. Y'all like, share, subscribe, comment on the video, interact with the channel, man. We about to get into the show. Yeah, man, we about to get into the show. Today's topic is Black America. We're gonna be talking about these YNs. I got a good show for y'all, man. I got a couple of videos I want to show y'all. And we going to talk about it, man. We going to discuss what's going on in Black America. First topic I got right here, man. I want to talk about these kids, man. These kids. These kids are being raised by single mothers. And, you know, it's unfortunate that these kids are just running rampant like this, especially in this type of fashion. Look, I'm going to just show y'all, man. We going to get into it.
Two children arrested after 6 businesses are vandalized and robbed in Long Beach. A 12 and 13-year-old now accused in the string of crimes. KCAL News reporter Gio Insignares is live at Long Beach tonight with a search for 4 other suspects. Good evening, Gio.
Good evening, Pat. That's right. It's a large number, just not those 2 children that police are currently searching for. 2 of the spots that they hit are actually just over our shoulder. I'll step out of the way to give you a look at how close they really are. One of them just there on the corner, Sweet Jill's Bakery, and panning over to the right, just a few steps away, is Bliss Glass Gallery. Just within steps of each other, 2 of the multiple spots police say that these children hit. Now, they also say they were driving without licenses in a stolen car, capable of such destruction to these businesses. Investigators, as we mentioned, say there are 6 suspects in total responsible for 6 incidents.
Preteens targeting local businesses across Long Beach. Detectives say the same group is behind incidents from April 6th to April 26th.
These are babies, man. Look at that little boy. Look at that little boy. Look at the way he came through the door. These are babies, man.
Across Long Beach. Detectives say the same group is behind incidents from April 6th to April 26th, and in at least 2 cases.
Where is the mothers? Where is the fathers? Where is the family? Where is the village? What is going on out here, man? Like, why is your 12 and 13-year-old son out here stealing cars and breaking in buildings? And you don't know nothing about it. A 12 and a 13-year-old? Look at this little boy.
Same group is behind incidents from April 6th to April 26th, and in at least 2 cases, they used a stolen car to get around. One of those spots, a smoke shop, hit several times.
It makes me feel a lot better that, the community and, with, a bunch of talking and, word of mouth, something was able to be done,
Kelsey Rhea is the manager of Bliss Glass Gallery and tells us the store has faced repeated break-in attempts for years. They've upgraded their security, including bulletproof glass. But now, following the arrest of 2 young suspects responsible for the most recent damage, there's a sense of relief.
Hopefully more actions will be taken, because there should be more responsibility, there should be more eyes on the children in the community.
Exactly. Where is the parents? Come on, ladies. Y'all always talking all this noise. Y'all always talking about the fathers. And most of these kids are growing up with y'all. I don't want to give it. I don't want to hear the excuses. We tired of the excuses. Daddy wasn't there. All that old kind of shit. Because when the man has his kids, when a man is a single father, 9.9 times out of 10, it's not going down like this. These kids are not out breaking in buildings and stealing cars if they have a father at home. They're not. It's been a proven fact. So we gonna need women to start coming to the front of the congregation and taking up ownership for what y'all out here raising. This is what y'all producing out here. Most educated. The most educated women in America. Kids is out here stealing cars and breaking in buildings. Y'all crying about Trump and DEI and all this old kind of stuff. And y'all ain't paying attention to y'all kids. 12 and 13-year-old boys are out here stealing cars and breaking in buildings. And y'all on the internet twerking and talking shit about Trump. This is the state of Black America right here. This is Long Beach, California. It's what y'all be voting for. These politicians don't give a damn about y'all kids, man.
While at a store just a few steps away, shattered glass, ransacked counters, and stolen merchandise. Police say this security video from Sweet Jill's Bakery in Belmont Shore shows just one of the 6 break-ins tied to the group of juvenile suspects. One teen punches through the front door before the group rushes inside. They damage registers, grab baked goods, and leave behind about $5,000 in damage. The store owner telling us a few days after it happened that these suspects deserve a maximum punishment.
I want them.
They tired. Look at this white lady. She tired. Black fatigue is real. They tired, man. People are tired of y'all kids out here breaking in they shit and costing them money. They said they want to give these boys the max.
To suffer consequences, most definitely. I want them to suffer. I want their parents to suffer. Whatever way that should be, justice. It is a crime. I don't care their age.
Tonight, Fair's telling us over the phone that she's glad.
You heard her. She don't give a damn how old y'all kids are. She gonna lock them up. She gonna lock them up. Plain and simple. Y'all out here breaking in these folks shit, causing damage, costing them money, and they tired of it.
Glad these 2 arrests have been made, praising investigators for their work so far.
And detectives are still working to identify the 4 other suspects. Meanwhile, the case will be handed over to the LA County District Attorney's Office for possible charges. Reporting from Long Beach, I'm Gio Insignares, KCAL News.
Thank you, Gio.
Yeah, so that's the YNs. That's the youngsters that y'all raising, letting out here into the community, running rampant in our country, stealing cars and breaking in buildings at 12 and 13 years old. And I guess that's the white man's fault. What white man y'all got to blame for this? That your 12 and 13-year-old boy is out here stealing cars and breaking in buildings. I just want to know. I just want to know, man. Because now it's not just the YNs. It's the ONs too. It's the ONs too. I got another story right here for y'all. Check this out.
Vicious attack of an elderly woman near the Mag Mile.
Our Jermont Terry live now with the story you'll only see on 2, and we want to warn you, the video is disturbing. Jermont.
Brad and Erica, this parking garage off Grand in Michigan is used by drivers, and it also connects to a nearby apartment building. There are cameras all throughout this area, but still, that was not enough to deter this crook targeting this 85-year-old woman as she entered that door.
Tuesday morning, this woman in her 80s walking with a cane had no idea what the man keeping a safe distance was up to. But before she could open the door to her building, he made his intentions very clear and is downright painful to watch.
Whoa, whoa.
Seeing
85-year-old woman. 85-year-old woman. Y'all out here knocking over 85-year-old white women? And I guess this is justified. Because they owe us reparations. I don't see no outrage for this kind of stuff, man. Y'all be outraged when the white folks do something to the black folks. But I don't see no outrage when black people are out here knocking over white people. This shit gotta go both ways. Cause people are tired of it. Cause it's more of y'all doing shit like this than them. Y'all talk about the Austin Metcalf shit. You know what I'm saying? Carmelo Anthony say y'all saying it was justified and all that old kind of shit, man. Y'all be wrong on so many levels, on so much shit. This man is out here knocking over 85-year-old white women.
morning attack for the first time left those who live in the building furious and concerned.
First question is why? Why? What? Is she okay?
The woman's head hit the ground as the man snatched her purse.
What does an old woman care?
Boy, if this was my granny, if this was my goddamn granny, boy, you wouldn't be having to worry about no police. I'm gonna come find your ass. You ain't gotta worry about no police. Fuck with my granny. I don't even think my granny ain't go for this shit. Honestly, my granny black woman, she ain't going down. I don't think she, you know what I'm saying? I think she would have put up more of a fight than Cause truth be told, I don't think really white people have it in them. Like, don't a lot of white people don't have violence in them. They don't really have evil in. Like, y'all always talking about racism and stuff like that. And the shit that I've had done to me in my life, it's been by black folks. People my own skin color. Y'all have been my oppression. I'm just being real. Black folks have been my oppression. And now y'all becoming their oppression. Man, they ain't finna have this shit. Y'all keep acting like y'all ready for a race war. Okay. Y'all know we only like 13-14% of the population, right? And half of them black folks ain't gonna be on y'all side. Because it ain't black fatigue, it's N-word fatigue. You N-words. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep it professional. You N-words are the problem. It ain't black folks, it's y'all. N-words like this.
These days. Maybe a credit card and a phone that nobody wants because it wouldn't have a camera on it, you know, an older person's phone.
If you look closer, the robber dropped the purse while running away. He quickly circled back to get what he stole, and despite seeing the elderly woman lying motionless, he left her alone.
I just happened to pull in. I park in that garage.
Rupin Demergen saw the blood-stained parking garage entrance and learned about this robbery just before 11 Tuesday morning.
It's more than just a purse snatching.
Demergen and others insisting this speaks to the uptick of crime going on steps away from the Mag Mile and around the corner from his restaurant.
I really hope that no one's afraid to walk the streets around here, but I don't think that's going to be for a while.
The woman was taken to Northwestern Hospital by ambulance. Police are checking additional surveillance in the area.
Something like that, though, it just seems like it's a bit hard to prevent.
But residents tell me they will be...
And that's what I'm wondering, like, what could you possibly have robbed this woman for? It's an 85-year-old woman. My granny, she don't have the best phone. She don't really walk around with a whole bunch of money on her. She got credit cards and, you know, bank accounts and debit cards and stuff like that. You know, especially if they getting Social Security. They don't have no cash on them. So how much could you really possibly get from this 85-year-old woman? How could you look at this woman and look at her as a lick? He had to be on drugs or something. That's the only thing that I could think of that a man would be out here knocking over an 85-year-old woman for some crumbs, because that's what you got. You probably got a couple swipes off her card, you know, probably sold her phone for a little nickel dime in the hood. But this is insane.
More alert, yet their focus is on their neighbor.
Kind of worried about her, yeah, and hope that she's okay, and especially being older, you know, having those type of injuries.
Now, I'm told that this 85-year-old woman is doing okay despite hitting her head here on the pavement. Now, we're told by Chicago police that they are looking, hoping that there's some better surveillance or security cameras that possibly captured a better look at this guy's face. Reporting live off the Mag Mile tonight, Jermont Terry, CBS 2 News. Brad and Erica.
All right, Jermont, thank you.
Yeah, so we got YNs and ONs out here acting a fool. Showing y'all ass. And y'all wonder why people got black fatigue. Y'all love, like I say, man, y'all love to scream racism. And y'all be out here doing some of the most egregious shit. And that's what I want to talk about. Black America. Because it ain't just the crackheads. It ain't just the crackheads. It's the rich folks too. P. Diddy. Not even just P. Diddy. Check this out.
We had people come from 12 different states to be arrested in Polk County, Florida. Obviously, they must live under a rock, but now they live in the county jail.
A massive sex sting. Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd claims these men and women fooled around and found out the consequences. You're watching 10 Tampa Bay at 5. I'm Courtney Robinson.
And I'm Dave Wagner. That bust netted more than 200 arrests, and 10 Tampa Bay's Eric Glasser spent the afternoon digging into their backgrounds. One of them, a former Bucks player.
NFL players getting caught up in a prostitution sex sting. Millionaires. Y'all out here messing with low-hanging fruit. Getting caught up in sex things.
Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd calls this one of the most successful operations in the agency's history.
As you can see, a lot of people fooled around and found out.
In all, deputies made 244 arrests, but within those numbers, the sheriff pointed to 3 categories of criminal activity: prostitution, human trafficking, and immigration.
We had people come from 12 different states to be arrested in Polk County, Florida. Obviously, they must live under a rock, but now they live in the county jail.
On the prostitution side, 141 Johns arrested. They include a former executive with the Red Cross, a former NFL linebacker who played for the Buccaneers.
Look at him. Black man. Getting caught up in prostitution stings. Y'all out here buying it. Don't want to be a good man, find you a good woman, settle down and have your family. Nope. Y'all want to get caught up in prostitution sex things. Look at you now. And the crazy part about this is, this man was riding around with his 6-year-old child in the car doing this nonsense. So not only did he get a prostitution case, soliciting, whatever they want to call it, he got child abuse for his child being with him while he was doing this. Black man. Making us look bad. Running around with immigrants. Buying cat.
A Walmart manager, a popular restaurant owner, and 11 people who detectives say thought they were soliciting a teenager for sex.
And he told this 15-year-old child, I want to put a baby in you.
Black man told a 15-year-old child he want to put a baby in him. Black America, folks. This is Black America right here.
Well, we put a jail in him, so there you go.
On the human trafficking side, investigators identified 4 victims, forced, they say, into prostitution.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Y'all tuned in, man. Y'all like the video, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know how y'all feel about these topics, man.
An organization called One More Child, right there with them to provide help and services.
No one grows up wanting to sell their bodies for profit, and we are committed to providing opportunities for a life outside of sexual exploitation and human trafficking.
Several agencies from the Tampa Bay area participated, local, state, and federal, including ICE.
They're not coming here the right way.
Sheriff Judd says 36 of those arrested are in the country illegally.
And y'all wonder why we voted for Trump. Y'all wonder why we voted for Trump. Y'all got illegal migrants coming over here getting involved in sex things, prostitution. This is what y'all want? Liberals, Democrats? Y'all want these illegals coming over here selling y'all husbands and sons? Taking their money, offering them sex. That's what y'all want our country to turn into? Because we already headed there. We got OnlyFans. You know, women already walking down the streets doing, like, we got too much of that going on already. And y'all want more of it?
%15 of the people that we arrested weren't even supposed to be in this country, but they were in this country committing crime.
Sheriff Judd says those arrested during Operation Fool Around and Find Out range in age from 17 to 70. Those who are in the country illegally face enhanced charges and likely deportation. In Winter Haven, Eric Lasser, 10 Tampa Bay.
And Sheriff Judd also mentioned what he called another success, employing artificial intelligence. Sheriff Judd says this marked the first
Yeah. So we got NFL players getting caught up in sex things, getting caught up buying cat, looking for low-hanging fruit. Millionaire, whatever, he got some money. He was NFL player. Played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Got arrested along with 244 other people. And the prostitution 16. And y'all want to talk about Diddy. But this is what's going on a local level. And speaking of Democrats, speaking of politics, we even got black women acting a fool in Congress. And I ain't talking about Jasmine Crockett. Nope, I ain't talking about her. I ain't talking about Letitia James. Not talking about her. I ain't talking about Tiffany Henry. I ain't talking about her. We got a new woman out here acting a fool. Miss LaMonica Mclver, whatever I don't know how you pronounce it. But let's get into it, y'all.
A developing story. The Justice Department filed charges Monday against a Democratic member of Congress, Congresswoman LaMonica Mclver of New Jersey. DOJ is accusing her now of assaulting and interfering with law enforcement during a confrontation with Homeland Security officers outside an ICE detention center in Newark earlier this month. You're seeing video.
This is the most educated, least protected women in America. Out here fighting ICE agents. In the middle of these white folks brawling, pushing, shoving. Y'all see her. Y'all see her out there. Big Niggly Bear. Y'all voted this woman in. New Jersey. Y'all come on to the front to the front of the congregation. Come on to the front of the congregation. New Jersey. Y'all over here with this DEI. Identity politics, voting, and got this big niggly bear out here fighting ICE agents.
Video that we've played before of the moments of the chaos that ensued. The situation first grabbed attention when the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, was arrested on grounds of federal trespassing. That charge has since been dropped. The mayor was on CNN with Abby Phillip last night and spoke about all of this. Listen to this.
I didn't see any of the things that were stated. I didn't see any of those things happen. So I think that the Congresswoman will be vindicated. And the videos are clear. Everybody can see.
Look at the white man.
They'll see the whole thing, and it'll be clear to me, and it'll be clear to her in court.
Look at that white man. That white man like, man, what? What? Are you serious? You say you ain't seen nothing? You was right next to the woman. You got locked up with her. That's why black women do what they do. Because it's always some simp out here that's going to act like he ain't seen nothing. Going to act like he don't know nothing. And you know, then they going to just keep on doing this shit. This woman is in Congress. She has a seat in Congress, y'all. This is the most educated, least protected.
Speaking up in defense of the Congresswoman, joining me right now is the Congresswoman at the center of this, Congresswoman.
They go to Niggly Bear.
Thank you, Congresswoman, for being here. The charge is specifically for assaulting, impeding, or interfering with.
Y'all on the TikTok want to see the videos, man? Y'all come over on the YouTube.
First of all, thank you so much, Kate, for having me, for allowing me to come on for a few seconds today. I think the charges are absurd. You know, it's ridiculous. I was there to do my job along with my other colleagues. We have done this before. This is our obligation to do. It's in our job description to have oversight over a facility, and the entire situation was escalated by ICE. They caused the confrontation. Homeland came and, you know, caused this chaos that we see.
Brandon, what's up with it, my boy?
Situation, but
look at this Niggly Bear out here knocking these white folks over.
They had every
act like she ain't did nothing.
Allow this to happen. It was very unnecessary, and it just, once again, we were there to do our job.
You on video, ma'am? You on video, ma'am? What do you mean? You out here knocking these white folks over, talking about you ain't did nothing. Look at her.
It was a very tense situation, but it could have been, you know, easily it could have easily not happened. They had every opportunity to not allow
knocking these folks over, man. Come on, dog.
Once again, we were there to do our jobs, and you know, if I'm going to be charged with a crime for doing my job, it just speaks to, you know, where we're headed in this country and what we're dealing with as leaders and as Congress members, you know, here in this country.
Congresswoman, just specifically on the issue at hand, with now that you're facing this charge, I mean, what is the plan today? I mean, are you turning yourself in, or showing up in court? I mean, what is your understanding of what happens now?
So we are still trying to get more information on what the next steps are. My attorneys are in contact with the federal courts in New Jersey and Newark, New Jersey. So we're just waiting on direction. For now, it's business as usual. I'm going to do my job. This week, we all know that.
Oh, your job is to be out here knocking over white folks, pushing, shoving, all in front of the ICE facility. That's your job. That's what they hire. That's what they hire Democrat. That's what they hire black women for in the Democratic Party. I'm just gonna be real. This is what they hire black women for in the Democratic Party. Poor representation, classless. Where's the other women or other ethnicities in Congress and politicians that's out here doing stuff like this? Knocking over ICE agents. Jasmine Crockett going on every talk show she can get on, being as ghetto and loud and wrong as she can. Tiffany Henry over there stealing money. Letitia James over there getting caught up in mortgage fraud. And there's going to be some more that come out. She just got a seat in now. This her first year. First year. And she out here knocking over ICE agents.
Republicans are trying to take away Medicaid and important funding to services that impact.
And then they like to lie to y'all about Republicans. They trying to take away Medicaid. They trying to take away. And nobody give a fuck. You shouldn't have been living on that shit anyway. She ain't on no Medicaid. That's the thing. These folks are selling y'all poverty. She ain't on Medicaid. I bet she ain't. She's got a seat in Congress. She ain't on no goddamn Medicaid. So you think she really gives a fuck about Medicaid? She ain't on food stamps. She ain't on Section 8. Neither is Jasmine Crockett, AOC, none of them. But they trying to act like they care about y'all Medicaid and y'all Social Security and all that. They don't give a damn about none of that. They stealing, man. Jasmine Crockett is worth $9 million. How? Her salary is 100 and some thousand a year. How is she worth $9 million? Y'all gotta use y'all brain. And 92% of black women voted for Kamala Harris. Voting blue all the way down ballot. With no questions asked. That's the stupidest shit in the world.
Over 800,000 people that I represent in New Jersey and across this nation. And so I'm going to do my job, Kate. That's why I was elected, why the people from New Jersey sent me here. So it's a full day of work for me here on the Capitol.
You know, we just
on Capitol Hill, excuse me.
No, of course, we were just covering it as President Trump is heading into a big meeting with Republicans on this exact issue. CNN has some reporting from sources that you and the Justice Department had attempted to negotiate a plea deal of some kind. Acting U.S. Attorney Alina Habba, though, said on Monday that you declined the department's attempts to, quote, come to a resolution. Can you speak to that? I mean, are you open to having a discussion with the Justice Department to resolve this outside of the courtroom at this point?
Hell no. I can tell you that right now. Hell no. Black woman don't want to hear nothing. She don't want to hear none of that shit. Ain't no negotiating. These are terrorists. They don't give a damn about America. Democrats don't give a damn about America. They don't give a damn about authority. They don't give a damn about none of that shit. They always talk about Trump ain't above the law and all that old kind of shit. And these motherfuckers break the law every goddamn day and get away with it. This woman should be in jail right now. If this is a regular black woman who wasn't in Congress, who did this kind of shit, knocking over ICE agents out here, pushing these folks in front of the damn facility, this woman should be in jail.
Well, the Justice Department and Alina Habba wanted me to admit to doing something that I did not do, and I was not going to do that. Once again, I came there to do my job and conduct an oversight visit, and they wanted me to say something differently, and I'm not doing that. I'm not going to roll over and stop doing my job because they, don't want me to, or they want to neglect the fact that we needed to be in there to see what was going on in that detention center. And so, absolutely, no, I was not going to do that. And I think I'm open. I've always been open to having conversations. We have to have good government. We have to be able to conduct ourselves and be professionals, in this work. This is what the folks that I represent expect for me to do. And so definitely always open to conversations, but I'm not going to admit to something that I did not do. And no one's going to stop me for serving the people in New Jersey, because that's what they.
Ma'am, you were on camera. That's what I'm saying. Like, these folks will be right. These folks play. Y'all, black women, y'all always talk about somebody playing in y'all face. This is the true definition of playing in your face. This woman is on camera. And she's still gonna sit here with a straight face and tell you that she ain't did nothing. And y'all continue to vote for these people.
Expect for me to do.
Congresswoman, earlier in the show, Republican Congressman Warren Davidson was on with my colleague John Berman, and John asked him about the charge that you're now facing. He said he wasn't entirely sure of everything involved in the case or the charge, but he did say this. I want to play this for you.
So anytime, one party goes after another, it's viewed as political. But I think the principle has to be that no one really is above the law. I hope they work it out. And, I hope we resolve things in a place that's rational. I mean, it seems crazy to me that you've got
this woman. She moving like a bowling ball through them white men. She should be in Congress. She should be on somebody's football field. moving through shit. Put her on the line. We need, man, we don't need her in Philly. You know, I'm a Philly fan. We don't need her in Philly. She might be able to sign up for the Cowboys or somebody, man. Or New Jersey. What kind of football? What's that? The Patriots? New England? Oh, that's New England. I don't know who. Shit, do New Jersey got a football team? She don't need to be in Congress. She need to be in the league.
Members of Congress and some of the public, but not much, certainly not in my district, defending MS-13 gang members. I mean, you know, they're not here legally. I think the mandate in this election is they need to leave.
Just wondering, as you can respond to the congressman there, but also having time and space to think about what happened on that day and reflect on it, would you have done anything differently?
No, I would not have. Once again, we showed up there to do a job, Kate. We were there for an oversight visit. We have done.
Hell no, she ain't gonna do nothing different. They live for chaos. They love conflict. Y'all ain't realized that by now? Black women love conflict. They love chaos. They don't want no peace. That's why they keep this shit going. That's why they blame everything on racism. If it all fails, blame it on race. That's going to keep the bullshit going.
Before, you know, me, Congresswoman Bonnie Watson Coleman, and Congressman Bob Menendez was just at a facility just a couple of weeks ago, not too far from this location, where we had an oversight visit, and we were a little bit delayed, but not, you know, confronted or was in the middle of a chaos to do so. I think, number one, we have an obligation to do so. We have to show up and do our jobs. And at the end of the day, the reason why we were there is because we wanted to make sure this facility was up to par, that it was clean, that it was safe, and that the detainees there were, you know, given due process, that they were able.
Oh, we were there just to check on the people, and you know, man, you wasn't doing all that sweet shit when you was there. You wasn't acting like you was coming in there on some peace shit when you was there. You was knocking them folks over. That's what I'm saying. These folks play in y'all face. Oh no, we was just there just to, you know, we didn't do anything wrong. They started it, and we just, come on, man. And when y'all be sitting at home watching the news and stuff like this, like, especially old people, they sit here and they eat this shit up. That's the reason why I started this podcast, because I wanted to tell y'all about the stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want y'all to just look at it from these people's point of view, because that's what they want. They want y'all to look at stuff from their point of view. Because if you just sitting at home without me saying anything and just watching this, you would think that this woman was an innocent woman. Some people would. Dumb people would. You know what I'm saying? The most educated people would. They believe this shit. That's why 92% of them voted for Kamala Harris, because they believed all the bullshit she was saying, knowing she was lying.
To use the phone, that they were able to speak to their legal representation, which we found out was not happening. But that was our reason. So despite, you know, what Republicans are saying, like, you know, about us, you know, trying to break people out of jail, that's untrue. We were not there to do that. We were there to conduct an oversight visit, which after all of this, the chaos, Kate, they gave us a tour. You know, we were all of this, we broke in, we assaulted people, all of these things that, you know, Haba is saying and Republicans are saying, but they gave us a tour and allowed us to go in and tour the facility and speak to detainees. So, you know, I would not have done anything different, because once again, the people that I represent expect for me to do my job, and that is exactly what I plan on doing, and that is what I
told you, that's what they hired Democrats to do. That's what they hire. That's what Democrats hire black women to do. Y'all ain't nothing but they guard dogs. They send y'all in there to do their dirty work. Y'all can sit online and call these folks racist, talk about Trump all day, Jasmine Crockett, you know, Tiffany Henry. All y'all can just sit up and just talk about these people and say whatever y'all want, because y'all are black women. Because if a white woman was saying any of the stuff that y'all be saying, Just imagine a white woman talking the way that Jasmine Crockett talk about black folks. It'll be a fucking uproar. They'll be ready to burn the White House down. They be trying to find out where that woman live at and ruin her life. Just like the white lady who said the N-word to the 5-year-old little boy. A word. And they was trying to find out where this woman live at. That's why she started to GoFundMe. These people are evil. They have hate in their heart. They ain't never been slaves. Don't know shit about slavery. These motherfuckers don't even pay attention to, they don't pay attention to history class. They think the white man just went over there and just conquered Africa and just started snatching niggas up, throwing them on a boat. That's how they think slavery happened. And y'all wonder why Trump trying to take that shit out of these schools. Because that shit ain't doing nothing but ruining y'all minds. Having y'all thinking y'all something y'all ain't.
Doing that day at Delaney Hall.
Congresswoman, you are now facing a federal charge, though. Are you afraid of what's going to transpire now?
I mean, it's super unfortunate, Kate, that we have come to this point, you know, in America, that this is what we see happening to leaders who are trying to do their jobs. Rather it's the mayor of the largest city, rather it's a judge. You know, we've seen this administration come after and attack, you know, leaders for doing their jobs. It's political intimidation, and I will not be intimidated. I expect to continue to do my job. Once again, very unfortunate situation. I did not think when I came to Congress in September that I would be, you know, dealing with something like this, you know, or dealing.
She ain't been in Congress a whole year yet, and she out here knocking over ICE agents, saying that she ain't did nothing. Oh man,
with being charged with anything. But once again, I am committed to doing my job for the people that I represent, and I stick to that because those are the people who sent me here in Congress in the first place. So looking forward to continuing to work and dealing with the things that you've been talking about all morning, cuts, you know, to very important services, to Medicaid, to Social Security, you know, in my district, that's going to hurt my district. And so super highly focused on that, and will continue to do so because that's what people expect for me to do. And I want to deliver for the people that I represent.
Congresswoman LaMonica Mclver, thank you for coming on. It was important to hear your first reaction to now this charge that came in just yesterday. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, so we got black women in Congress out here knocking over ICE agents, doing whatever the hell they want to do, saying that they ain't did nothing. And black women still voting for them at a 92% clip. Even though that they're sitting there lying in their face. Just like that this woman right here is doing. They just sitting here, they do shit. They throw rocks and they hide their hands. And they get y'all to still vote, still donate, still do what they want y'all to do. And y'all call us the slaves. Y'all call us the slaves, the ones who voted for Trump. That's your master. That's y'all master. Them y'all masters right there. Them old lying motherfuckers. Violent motherfuckers. Not to say Republicans are perfect. You know. They do what they do too. Trump got his shit. You know what I'm saying? He not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But Democrats be on way more bullshit. And that's why people got black fatigue. You know, people calling out the black community time and time again. It's all up and down TikTok. It's all up and down YouTube. People got black fatigue. They sick of you niggas. They sick of y'all coming in Congress. You know what I'm saying? With y'all wigs, weaves, your attitudes. You know, insulting people every time that they got a different opinion of y'all. They sick of it. Just like this black man right here.
Let's get one thing straight. I said what I said. There's hypocrisy, dysfunction, and straight up cowardice moving through the black community like it's tradition. And instead of proving me wrong, y'all did exactly what I expected. Started spitting names like I owed you silence. You a coon.
Rocket Man, what's the word?
Tether.
Rocket Man, what's going on?
Like that was supposed to shake me. Nah, that ain't pressure, that's panic, and I see it for what it is. Y'all didn't argue the points I made, you dodged them, emotional as hell, and went straight to name calling, because deep down you knew I was right. I not only touched a nerve, I stomped on the rot y'all been scared to clean. And here's the part y'all really hate. I don't need no college or university to tell me what I see with my own two eyes. I grew up in this, I survived this.
He must be talking about the most educated. Learning more about your content. Appreciate that, man. Yeah. He must be talking about the most educated when he said that. He said he don't need no degree to know y'all full of shit. Nobody needs a degree to know y'all full of shit, man. Like he said, man, anytime you disagree with anybody in the black community, they want to throw insults. You know, you can't tell them the truth. That's why we can't get better as people. That's why this shit will be a continuing cycle. Because there's always going to be somebody who, you know, is on the side of the bullshit. When you calling out the bullshit, they gonna ride for it. And they gonna call you all kind of coons and, you know, I done been called all that shit for just telling the truth. You tap dancing for the white man for telling you to fucking stop the bullshit, telling you to keep your family together, telling you to stop knocking over white folks, stop robbing people, stop selling dope, stop fucking up your community. I'm the goon. It's crazy.
I watch strong men get torn down for thinking different and weak men get praised for performing fake unity. So no, I don't need to learn more from y'all trauma-bonded think pieces. Already passed that class in real life. I've watched dudes get jumped for speaking truth. I've watched women weaponize pain and men weaponize silence. I've watched folks gaslight anybody who tried to break the cycle.
Hell yeah, truth hurts.
About why the cycle won't stop. I don't need another lecture. I don't need a seminar. And I damn sure don't need your emotional gatekeeping. I've seen enough. Y'all didn't correct me. You confirmed me. You didn't.
That's what I'm saying. Like every time, y'all confirm the bullshit. That's why people giving up. This is why people got black fatigue. Even black folks got black fatigue. And why it's really not black fatigue. It's N-word fatigue. When y'all know what the N-word is. Because y'all out here knocking folks over every time they say it. Trying to find out where they live at. Trying to ruin their life. Instead of correcting y'all behavior so nobody could call y'all that.
Challenge what I said. You just reminded me of why I said it. You heard the message and your response wasn't reflection. It was rejection. Why? Because truth don't feel good when you married to the lie. You thought the insults would humble me, but all you did was highlight how fragile y'all really are. So here it is. I'm not a coon. I'm not a sellout. I'm not a tether. I'm a mirror. And that's why you flinched.
I'm telling you, motherfuckers do not like to look in that mirror. I'm telling you, I've been saying this for years. Motherfuckers call me Kevin Samuels and all this old type of shit. I've been saying this shit way before Kevin Samuels. I just didn't have a microphone. I've been saying this shit way before Kevin Samuels. I've been telling y'all been on bullshit. And every time it's been, you shut up. You always talking about the black woman. You always talking about it because you niggas always doing shit. Stop doing shit. If y'all don't want nobody to say nothing, stop doing it, bro. That's what I don't understand. Y'all love to blame shit on y'all skin color. It ain't the skin color, it's your fucking behavior, man. It's your character. Nobody wants to be around y'all. Nobody wants to be around a person that they can't even look in the mirror and call out their own flaws and realize that what they're doing is fucked up. I'm not sitting here trying to act like I'm perfect. I've been on bullshit too. I was the same way for a long time. Especially as a youngin' coming up. I was on all bullshit. Fighting, selling drugs, all that old kind of shit. You can look up my record. Easy. Anybody know me will tell you. But it comes a point in time in your life, man, where you need to look in that motherfucking mirror and say, nah, that ain't it. You gotta change. And you gotta want it for yourself.
You don't want a conversation. You want control. And I don't move for mob rules or hive minds. I stand on truth, not trends. And if speaking it makes y'all uncomfortable, good. That means I hit the target, bullseye. So keep your silly labels, keep your fake woke lectures, keep pretending unity means silence while the house burns behind you. Me, I'm done waiting on permission to say what needs to be said.
Telling you.
And next time you come swinging with insults, just know you walk straight into the message. Again.
Folks is tired, man. People are tired of y'all bullshit. People are tired of y'all victim mindset. Blaming everything on race instead of realizing that you on bullshit, bro. Y'all be on bullshit, man. And then y'all look for sympathy. And that be the crazy part, because y'all talk shit about Trump and white folks and all this whole kind of shit, then turn around and ask them for shit. You want them to give you reparations at the same time as you talking shit to them. That's just like how y'all be doing y'all kids' fathers. Talking shit to the man and then expect him to do something. Why I don't condone the niggas not taking care of their kids and shit like that, but I be understanding it sometimes, especially when you get to talking to some of these niggas, some of these people that these dudes that had babies with, these women. Once you get to talking to them, you realize why most of these dudes just said, man, fuck this shit. I can't do it. I can't do it. I give up. Just like that man, shit, he give up. People are tired of the bullshit, man. People are tired of it. The pastor's even tired of it. Listen to this pastor.
Ask God to help us, because only God can help black people where they are. Black people had Africa, that big old continent over there. They never built one boat that was seaworthy. Not one. There's not one monument in Africa, in all of Africa. I know you're talking about Egypt. Egypt is not Africa. There are no great cities that were built. Even before the first colonization of white people coming to the shores of Africa, or the slave ships, black men built nothing. No sewer system, no houses above one level, and none of them made out of stone. All of them made out of grass and wood. Black men, before the white man ever got to Africa. The worst thing that could ever happen to South Africa was when they gave it to Nelson Mandela and black folk. That was a great nation. Now, notwithstanding apartheid was wrong, we all know it's wrong. I'm against it. There should have been some other resolution, though, than turning it over to Nelson Mandela. Disease, AIDS, and crime is running wild in Johannesburg. They're killing one another over there. They're dying of sickness. The government is mismanaged. The people who ran the nation are now leaving the nation because black folk don't know how to run no nation.
The pastor is tired of you niggas, man. Everything he describes sound like these blue cities. Drugs. Crime. Prostitution. All this stuff that's going on in these blue cities. Everything he just described. Because you, N-words, don't know how to run no nation. Tiffany Hilliard. Jasmine Crockett. Miss LaMonica Mclver, whatever your fucking name is. Letitia James. Y'all got the worst cities in America. LA, New York, Dallas, where I'm at right now. Jasmine Crockett. I just did a video of a Mexican gang member. Been in and out of jail since he was a kid. Went on a high-speed chase. 120 miles per hour and killed an innocent 25-year-old woman. Where is Jasmine Crockett at? To say anything about that. Or anything else that's going on in the city. You niggas don't know how to run no nation. And he going off.
They don't know how, and we need to admit it. I know you don't like it, but you need to stop shucking and jiving. We got a problem. Nigeria produces oil every year, yet the children over there are hungry and pot-bellied and walking barefoot. We got a problem. You talk about the Hutus and the Tutsis. Look what's going on in Zimbabwe now with Mugabe. We got a problem, black folk. And forget about Zimbabwe and South Africa, Nigeria. Look at what y'all have done in Harlem. You can't even hold on to Harlem.
Worst cities in America. Harlem. Chicago. Brandon Johnson. Black folks don't know how to run shit. Look at our households. And it's not all black people. Like I said, there's plenty of good black people who do know how to run shit. But they don't have the loudest voices. The loudest motherfuckers are the stupidest motherfuckers who don't know how to do shit. Just be talking. Oh, Trump don't know what he doing. Trump just he filed for bankruptcy and he did this and that. You niggas ain't built nothing. How can you complain about somebody who's building something when you ain't built shit? Y'all talking about boycotting Walmart and all this old kind of shit, man. Y'all don't have nowhere else to shop. Cause you niggas don't own nothing. Just sit back and complain and run y'all mouth. And that's why people got black fatigue. They sick of you niggas that don't contribute nothing and have everything to say.
We got a problem. Black folk don't understand the world. You can get mad with me all you want. You can say what you want, but you can't prove me wrong. Now, I'm not saying this because I hate black folk. I'm saying it because I love you enough to tell the truth. And the only person going to ever help us get out of the situation is going to be God. There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind. He does not understand the world. He doesn't. I don't care if he learned medicine. He doesn't understand the world. He can't even hold on to Harlem. When he was here, he moved out. We got to talk to the Lord.
And see, that's the thing, too. As soon as y'all fuck up the neighborhood, y'all want to go move by the white folks. Go over there with your nigga shit. Then call them racist because they don't want you over there. I sit here and watch video after video after video. Motherfuckers fucking these neighborhoods up. These kids is out here fighting in the middle of the streets, breaking into people's shit, stealing, cussing the police out. No respect for man, no respect for authority. And y'all just want everybody to just sit back and, why you always saying something? Why you always being... Because you need somebody who can say something. The black man can't say something, can't say nothing. He a coon, he don't like his mama, he gay, or whatever the case may be. The white man say something, he racist. The white woman say something, they racist. The Mexican say something, they racist. Chinese say something, they racist. Who can tell black people something? And y'all talking about y'all oppressed. Oppressed by who? Seriously, oppressed by who? Who's stopping y'all from doing anything? Y'all say what y'all want to do what y'all want to do, fuck up what y'all want to fuck up. What can't you do? What rights don't black people have in America today? Yo, what rights don't black people have today? Y'all got more rights than anybody. White folks don't even have the right to say the N-word. Because if they do, they gonna get their ass kicked. Or you gonna find out where they stay and fuck they shit up. Or call their job and ruin their job. I'm telling you. This is why people got black fatigue. But let's see what else this pastor got to say.
People, we got to talk to God. And black women, Shirley Chisholm, Harriet Tubman, Coretta King, one of her boys. Yeah, okay, then we got a black president. But you black women, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all gonna let that white woman, what's wrong with you black women voting for Barack? Don't you understand? It should have been a black woman.
That's crazy. I didn't even know. Me personally, I really just got into politics as like really strong like that in the last couple of years. I voted for Barack. That's what I'm saying. I was fucked up too. I voted for Barack. I didn't know he had a white mother. And it really doesn't matter. But he sucked as a president. He did. Only thing he managed to do was get LGBTQ rights for him and his husband. For him and his husband to live happily ever after. I mean, seriously, name something. Like, I need somebody to name something. Somebody to tell me what Barack did for black folks. So y'all love this man to this day, to the point where he felt like he could come out during Kamala Harris' campaign and tell black men to listen to the black woman. Because he knew 92% of black women was going to vote for Kamala Harris. And he thought that he can get the black woman to tell the black man what the fuck to do and who to vote for. Which most of you niggas did. Because they say 70-some% of black men still voted for Kamala Harris as well. I wasn't part of that. But y'all did. But I don't think if black women knew that this man had a white mother, I don't think they would have voted for him. Not as much as they did. Because if he had a white wife, they damn sure wouldn't vote for him.
We're going to have a black president. What's wrong with you? Y'all ain't got no sense, you black women. Your men treat you like the dogs, like your dogs. They walk all over you. They make you pay the bills at home, and then the preachers pimp you in the churches and make you pay the bills. Y'all crazy black women buying these black men private jets, the tune of $50 million for a to ride around in a private jet, and you talking about, look at our pastor. What's wrong with y'all women? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
For real, man. That's all you got to do is tell the black woman what she want to hear. She'll make you rich. Look at all these dudes getting rich. Out telling black women what they want to hear. This Yada dude, Derrick Jackson, these preachers. It's money in keeping black women single. Cause y'all ain't gonna fuck it off. If a man ain't there, black woman ain't gonna do nothing but fuck it off. If they had a man, they wouldn't be spending money on weave and all that old kind of shit, eyelashes and fingernails. And if it was a man in that house, a real man, cause they always like to tell you what a real man gonna do. A real man gonna stop your ass from spending 30-40% of your income on hair, nails, and bullshit. That's what a real man gonna do. But y'all ain't gonna listen to a real man. Y'all gonna listen to these preachers telling y'all what y'all want to hear, and these black men coming on the internet telling y'all what y'all want to hear, sending them all the super chats and you know, paying your tithes and offering, you know, so they can take trips and all that old kind of shit with their wives while y'all single.
What's wrong with a black man that would take that kind of money out of a poor neighborhood and buy himself a private jet? What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
Now to piss the pastor off.
What's wrong with you, black women? What's wrong with you voting for Barack Obama? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? Crazy. Black people, let me tell y'all something. If you don't ever hear me say preach again, they can kill me tomorrow. But let me tell you something. We're not going to ever get anywhere until we look into the mind of a black man. He doesn't think correctly. I don't care what he is. He can be a doctor. He can be an astrophysicist. The nigga got no sense. You talk to him. You talk to a black man. He doesn't understand the world. He's never built anything. The most the black people have ever done, they did it here in America under white people's help. When they were in Africa, they didn't do nothing.
Yeah, that's the truth. You talk to most black men today, man, they lost. They don't know how to build shit. They don't know nothing about plumbing, you know, landscaping, mechanics, none of that shit. Them all Mexicans. In my neighborhood and where I live at, that's Mexicans' job. Mexicans build shit. The Latinos building shit. That's the reason why Democrats want them over here. Illegally or legally. They don't give a damn because they the ones building shit. I understand it. Because most of you niggas don't do nothing. We used to have plumbers and, you know, carpenters and, you know, landscape. I mean, we still got that. I know some older dudes. Dudes from the old school. They still into that kind of stuff. But these young cats, these YNs, they don't know nothing about none of that. These dudes y'all having kids by, they don't know nothing about nothing. They don't know nothing about no cars. They don't know nothing about no building no houses. They don't know nothing about none of that shit. All because they being raised by their mothers. And everybody think that shit is cool. Nobody sees a problem with these women having kids and raising them by themselves. And y'all love to blame men for leaving the kids, but y'all not paying attention to what's really going on out here. Because 70% of relationships, marriages, if not more, are filed by women. Divorces are filed by women. Women are ruining relationships. Women are cutting these men off, saying that they don't need these men at home if they ain't paying their bills. And which a man is supposed to provide. But at the same time, are you making it a comfortable environment for him to provide? A lot of y'all are unpleasant to be around, man. That's why men with resources, they don't really mess with y'all. Y'all be wondering where the good men at? Where the men with the money at? Staying away from you. Staying the fuck away from you. You ain't gonna do shit but fuck that man life up. Y'all not financially literate. That's why y'all the most in debt, most evicted. Y'all always talking about y'all the most educated, but be doing the dumbest shit. Just like this woman right here. Angel Reese. Next topic. Angel Reese. Check it out.
Strong on a three. And look out, Caitlin Clark pushes Angel Reese, and Angel Reese gets right up into Caitlin Clark.
Emotionally unstable. Which stuff like this still goes on in NBA too. You know, men, we get it out, you know what I'm saying? We do what we do. But this is not feminine. And she really just had a problem with this lady because she's white. Because when a black woman fouled her, she ain't do that to her. She just got fouled hard a couple of games ago. If not the game before. I don't really watch WNBA, but I seen the clip. She got fouled hard by a black woman. She didn't hop up in her face like this.
Afterwards has something to say as Clark walks away. We know there are all...
See, white people avoid conflicts. They ain't with all that. Caitlin Clark ain't with all that, and she know that. That's bullying. When you know that a person doesn't want a problem with you, and you still try to find a way to have a problem with them, that's bullying.
Increased eyeballs, energy, and attention around the matchups between Reese and Clark. And
that motherfucker fine, though. I gotta give her that. That motherfucker fine. Hey, I gotta give it to the black woman. Black woman fine than a motherfucker, man. Woo! The motherfucker's fine.
Still going after Caitlin Clark in the aftermath.
Everyone in the arena had to know this foul was coming. As soon as you saw Angel Reese,
It wasn't even that hard of a foul either.
Caitlin Clark was going to come in and take that
He
foul.
really just did the most. You too big for her to even toss you like that. But see, this is the part that they didn't show. Yeah. See, they didn't show that right there. She pushed the black girl. See, they clipped this up, and she pushed the black girl. That's why Caitlin Clark like, man, what a foul. All right, bet then, bitch. Boom. Nah, you think you for the score after you just pushed my teammate? Nah, bitch. I don't blame her for that. But, you know, it's a whole bunch of black women hopping on TikTok, taking up for Angel Reese, making it about race, as usual.
The damage that YT America has done to the black community is showing through this Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark situation. Black men do not protect black women. You can't tell me otherwise. Because
how did we get the blame for this? How did black men get involved in the WNBA? How did we get involved? This is between two women. How did we get involved in this? The black man always gets thrown up under the bus. Every time.
Because at the end of the day, I understand that black women are not perfect. Black men are not perfect. White tea people are not perfect either. None of us are. However,
so if black women not perfect, what's wrong with us calling out the bullshit? Let's see what else. Let's see what else she got to say though.
to sit here and see a black woman get shamed and racial slurs thrown at her and all of these racist remarks and monkey ooh ah ah sounds thrown at her, and for y'all to sit here and still back the white tea people up and sprue hate at this girl is insane.
Lady, you damn near white tea your damn self. Like, that be the craziest shit sometimes. Like, I don't even get into the race thing and the colorism and all of that kind of shit. But that be the craziest thing. When a motherfucker this pale, somebody, one of your relatives is white. Somewhere damn in your family, you got some Caucasian people in your family. Somebody was fondled with in the 1800s, 1900s, something. For you to have this skin tone, man, and you out here spewing racism on TikTok.
And this is when I say this is a problem within the black community, is that we don't have leaders. These men are not leaders. These men hate black women, and they blame black women for their place in society instead of the white men who put them there. And no matter how many times you
how can a black man be a leader when y'all don't want to hear shit a black man got to say? And how did that get a part of this topic with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark? How did those two come together? How did the black man's leadership come into Angel Reese getting called some names, which black women, we all know, y'all can say whatever the fuck y'all want to say when y'all want to say it to whoever y'all want to say it to. Black women get away with this shit all day long, all day, every day. But somehow, some kind of way, the black man gets thrown up under the bus and we get the blame. Let's hear it. Let's hear how she's gonna justify the black man being the reason that Angel Reese is receiving whatever she's receiving.
Explain to these black men that we were pinned against each other. They still say, but the black woman this, but the black woman that, but the black woman. And then y'all sitting here agreeing with these white tea people, thinking that they are laughing with you. They are laughing at you. You're an embarrassment to the black community.
No, they're laughing at y'all. They're not laughing at us. They're laughing at y'all. Angel Reese and y'all are the ones walking around with wigs and weaves and looking like clowns and shit to feel cute. We not doing that. So don't put us in that bullshit. Y'all, we not out there on the court knocking over white folks. We not in front of the ICE facility knocking over white folks. We not the ones in Congress going on podcasts showing how ghetto we can be. It's not black men. See, the black politicians like Byron Donalds, the mayor of Dallas, who just switched to Republican, we're not doing that. We're not showing how ghetto we can be.
Just had a white tea man minding my business just now. Y'all, our ancestors are rolling over in their graves, ready to get up and slap the shit out of y'all. And then you're defending a white tea woman who literally knows that her fans are racist, knows that her fans are doing this, and no matter if her and Angel Reese are rivals or whatever the case may be, hate is never okay. And you, as a black man, should never support a white tea person who literally accepts and does not correct racist behavior. Because guess what? Most YT people, if you did not know, are going to accept that kind of behavior because they benefit from it. Like, are y'all, what's not clicking?
How do they benefit from calling somebody a name? She said that Angel Reese has been called names and all this old kind of shit. This is what I'm saying. Like, just imagine being in a house with a person like this, trying to have a relationship, trying to talk to this person, and get them to see something differently. Imagine trying to get this woman to stop being a victim and stop blaming everything on racism. Imagine telling this woman, baby, this ain't about race. Do you think that she gonna listen to the black man and take his leadership? She say the black man lacks leadership. But if you think, do you think that a black man could tell this black woman anything? Cause she jumped on TikTok on her own and made this fucking video to say this stupid shit.
The civil rights activists preached this back in the 60s and forever on till today, and it still stands, that the black woman is the least protected in America. Yes, in the 60s, the black woman was the least protected in America because black men had no power. But the black woman still listened to the black man even though he didn't have that much power. But today's black woman has more power than a lot of black men. And they don't want to hear shit from nobody. So again, how is this the black man's fault? How is the black man's leadership questioned when he hasn't been in the position of leadership? You won't listen to the black man. How? And all of this spewed from Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Two women. A black woman and a white woman. How did the black man leadership get questioned because of that shit? Yet everybody talks about how loving the black woman is, how the black woman fights for everybody, how the black women stand behind black men, right or wrong. Yet we just...
Black women stand behind who doing what? Right or wrong? Man, since when? Where they at? Shit.
Don't get that same treatment. And no matter how much I try to educate y'all and black women try to educate y'all that black men and women were both oppressed in different ways, y'all still just act like, nope, that's not what it was. It wasn't America that did this to me. It was the black woman. That hate runs so deep. The YT man won. He won. Because he got our black men sitting out here just spewing out hate for the black woman.
So if the black man and the black woman was oppressed, why do y'all only act like black women were the only ones oppressed? Why don't y'all give excuses for the black man like y'all do for black women? When it's on black women, it's always an excuse. You know, it's a reason she cheated. It's a reason she broke up her family. It's a reason she had these babies out of wedlock. It's a reason behind every fucking thing a black woman does. But when it's on a black man, his leadership poor, he broke, he don't like his mama, this, that, and the third. It ain't never an excuse for the black man. But we both was oppressed though. And y'all know that. Okay.
No shame. And this is not saying that we cannot hold each other accountable. We hold each other accountable behind closed doors and with each other without disrespecting each other for the next person. without having the next person laughing at each other. I will not ever sit here and allow a white T person to laugh at a black man, whether he is right or wrong.
Y'all you a goddamn lie. You a goddamn lie. Y'all laughing at P. Diddy right now. You a goddamn lie. Y'all was laughing at Anthony Edwards. Y'all was laughing at Tory Lanez. You a goddamn lie. Jonathan Majors, you a goddamn lie. Y'all don't never stand by the black man. Y'all turn him down. And then that's what I'm saying. These people, they will do shit and they will hide shit, and that's all stems from Democrats. Like, this is where they learn this shit from. Just like the lady earlier that I showed y'all, the Democrat woman in Congress, sat there on the news, on national TV, lying, acting like she ain't did nothing and acting like she's out here helping the people. Just like this woman right here, acting like black women ain't doing nothing wrong and they out here helping black men. Where do you fucking see this shit? As a whole, as a majority, where do y'all see black women helping black men? Show me. Where? What app is it on? It ain't on Facebook. It ain't on Instagram. It ain't on TikTok. You on TikTok right now talking shit about the black man. Where are these black women that are helping the black man succeed? Right or wrong, true or false? I don't see it. I'm just saying. I'm just being real, man. Like, I'm not trying to beat up on the black community. I'm not trying to beat up on black women. I'm just saying, I don't see y'all helping the black man as a whole. When the black man can't pay no bills, y'all ain't fucking helping him. You tell him he ain't shit. He broke. He need to get out your house because you pay the fucking bills. That's what you tell the black man.
Supposed to do that within the black community because every other community does it. But they shame us when we do it. For the next person. Without having the next person laughing at each other. I will not ever sit here and allow a white T person to laugh at a black man, whether he is right or wrong. And it's supposed to be the same way. I mean, and don't sit here and act like we're not supposed to do that within the black community because every other community does it. But they shame us when we do it.
Other communities of women are not running around doing the shit that y'all are doing, man. Like, y'all need to stop that. Y'all always trying to bring in other races of women like they out here just doing the same shit that black women are doing. As a whole. Are there good black women? Yes. Is that the majority? Fuck no. Majority of women in other races value family. They not saying fuck these niggas and all this old kind of shit y'all got going on in y'all music. I don't hear country white girls singing about how they baby daddies ain't shit and some man need to pay their bills and all this old corny shit that y'all got going on. We don't see it. And y'all try to act like y'all want people to be blind to this shit.
Y'all not understanding the patterns?
We understand. We understand. We totally understand. That's why people got black fatigue. That's why the black men have checked out. That's why black men are dating other races of women. We understand. We understand that you're not going to change. We understand that you want to do what you want to do. We understand that you don't give a fuck. We understand that a man got to pay your bills to be with you. No matter what you do. We understand. And that's why y'all by yourself. That's why most of these kids are growing up without fathers at home. Because we understand. But I got a couple of more topics for y'all, man. We gonna get into New Orleans. New Orleans inmates. I know y'all heard about the inmates who escaped from jail. They done caught like 5 of them already. I think one of them killed himself or something like that. And then they caught up with a maintenance man who helped them. And it just recently came out with some more people that helped them too. But this is what they had to say about the maintenance man.
Taking you to breaking news now in New Orleans. A maintenance worker has been arrested and accused of helping 10 inmates escape a New Orleans jail. 4 of the men, they
Appreciate that sub, Rocket.
have been recaptured, but 6 are still at large. The inmates broke through a cell wall by removing a toilet, and above the hole, they left a mocking, misspelled message reading, "Toe easy," but they really meant to say "too easy." Let's turn now to CBS News reporter Katie Weiss. Katie, what more do we know about this escape and also this breaking news?
Well, it's certainly a big development in the case. Since this all happened early Friday morning, everyone has been wondering, where were the guards? Who was involved? How did they have the help necessary to make this happen? Now we're starting to get a first glimpse into the process and the assistance that they had. What State Attorney General Liz Murrell's office has just put out just within the last hour or so is that essentially this maintenance worker is accused of helping the inmates turn off the water supply.
Black man has helped these murderers, thieves, criminals break out of jail. They can't even spell. Motherfucker wrote toe easy. Can't even spell. And you done help these motherfuckers get back out here on the streets.
So that the inmates could then pull the toilet from the wall and successfully make their escape without getting drenched.
Wow. So, okay, we understand authorities have upped the reward in this case to catch the other inmates who are still at large at this point. What does that amount stand?
Yes, so incrementally over the last few days, it's increased and increased and increased, which certainly, paints a picture to how officials really want to make sure that they get these guys off the street. It is now up to $20,000 cash reward per inmate for any information that actually leads to an arrest. That's a lot.
So it's $20,000 for information on each inmate. And how much did you get paid, sir, for helping these guys? And now you locked up. You got a lawyer. You got bond money. What did you get out of this? I'm curious to know what all people involved got out of this, because they said there was some more people who got caught up too. Y'all helped a whole bunch of broke people who can't spell, murderers, drug dealers, thieves, whatever these guys was. Y'all helped them get out of jail. It's $20,000 a piece to help catch them. And I guarantee that these folks ain't getting nowhere near $20,000. Probably got $20, if that.
A lot of money. That's a brand new car. I mean, if you have any information, you're encouraged to do the right thing and call police.
Yeah, it definitely is a lot of money and a brand new car. Katie, I have to ask about how authorities are responding to all of this, because I'm sure this is causing a lot of embarrassment for them. So we heard from the governor of Louisiana. How is he responding?
Yes, the governor has definitely made this a very political issue, as would be expected with an elected official. He's explained, this is what happens when we have more progressive policies in place. He's been critical of the sheriff's office for not being more aggressive on jail infrastructure problems, on the city for not taking swifter action to ensure that things are better funded. And in fact, over the weekend, the governor actually removed the remaining DOC inmates that were in place at the prison. So now truly what is normally, mostly a city jail, but slightly a prison because of some of the state inmates, it is now completely functioning as a local city jail because all of those state inmates have been removed.
So the governor is out here acting like the hero as usual. Democrats playing like they helping the people when this is really his fault. These under your laws. This is New Orleans, Louisiana. Another blue city, blue state. Y'all continue to let these people lie to y'all, man. Play in y'all face. Y'all just sit here and watch the news, listen to, soaking this shit up. Accepting whatever these folks tell y'all. They have a woman. Running the sheriff. The top sheriff in the town is a woman. DEI. Democrat. Liberal. That's why they was able to escape. And wrote "too easy." Because it was too easy. It's too easy when Democrats are around to do dumb shit. Too easy when Democrats are running shit.
Wow, Katie Wise. We know that reward money is a lot, so we'll see if that actually leads to them catching the escapees. Katie Wise in New Orleans for us. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so the black man got caught up in the bullshit. I heard it was a couple black women that helped him too. And y'all wonder why people got black fatigue, because this is the state of black America. Black America is always on bullshit. 24/7, 365. If you want to be involved in some bullshit, find y'all some black folks to hang with. Go to the hood and hang with the niggas. Man, speaking of politics though, man, this last subject I got for y'all. The lady was just talking about Trump cutting Medicaid and welfare and all this old kind of shit. So we have the Republicans here to tell y'all what's really going on with welfare.
Welcome back. Congress hammering out key provisions of President Trump's big, beautiful bill, some of which could result in funding cuts to welfare programs. The president requesting certain cuts from the Housing and Urban Development Department, including more than $26 billion in state rental and grants and over $700 million in other assistance programs. Joining me now is Housing and Urban Development Secretary Scott Turner. Mr. Secretary, thank you so much for being here. What are you expecting in terms of these welfare cuts, and where do you expect the biggest cuts to be made?
Well, good morning, Marie.
See, when the black man is in position of power, you know, straight suit and tie type of brother, you know, he not out here like Jasmine Crockett being all ghetto, out here with a basketball jersey on, trying to show how black he can be. Blackity black. Regular old suit and tie type of brother, presentable. And I'm sure he speaks well too. So let's see what the black man got to say. So it's the black man always getting the blame for everything.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's great to see you again. You know, the president, my colleagues from the Senate and the House, this administration, we're all taking inventory. and getting our fiscal house in order. As you know, the previous 4 years before we came, there were no checks and no balances, no transparency, and a lack of good stewardship in America's budget and America's fiscal house. And so, along with my colleagues on the Hill, we here at HUD are taking inventory of every program so that we could be sufficient and effective in serving the American people. This is the first step when you talk about the skinny budget. It's the first step of many in this process. Our job here at HUD is to maximize the budget that we do have and make sure that we're serving America's people in the critical programs that we have.
So do you expect cuts to those welfare programs, and how significant will the cuts be? Where specifically are you expecting the cuts, sir?
You know, I think not so much cuts only, Maria, but also how we administer the programs. One thing at HUD, we're very mission-minded, and we understand, you know, our call here to serve the American people. We'll see when the budget comes out what we have to work with. Our job is to maximize this budget and to make sure that we're serving America's most vulnerable people as it pertains to housing and homelessness and disaster recovery.
So, in other words, no, they are not cutting Medicaid. No, they are not cutting Social Security. No, they are not doing anything that the Democrats are telling y'all that they are doing. They have a budget, and they're not trying to overspend, and they're not trying to have people abusing the system. They're not cutting anything. They're making it back right the way it was supposed to be. You're not going to be able to live on it. It's there to help. It's there to help you get on your feet. Yes, I read the bill. It's they actually just passed the bill through I think through Congress, and I don't see anything wrong with the bill. Me personally, myself.
Mr. Secretary, you co-wrote a New York Times op-ed along with RFK Jr., Brooke Rollins, Dr. Oz. You suggested that there should be new qualifications to receive the welfare benefits. You write, able-bodied adults receiving benefits must work, participate in job training, or volunteer in their communities at least 20 hours a week.
Yes, of course, AOC is influencing people to protest against the bill. Of course. Of course. Because they want to act like they are the heroes. Democrats will sit here and continue to lie to people time and time again and act like Trump is going to do this, he's going to cut this, and he's going to take away this. And, you know, they trying to get y'all to hate Republicans so much to the fact that that y'all are not paying attention to what they are doing. They're not doing nothing but stealing. They getting y'all to vote for them, taking taxpayers' money, acting like that they're having this program and this program and this program, and, you know, acting like they're just really helping the people when they're really just getting people to donate and taking the taxpayers' money. That's why when Kamala Harris was talking about that bill that she needed to secure the border, you didn't need no fucking bill to secure the border. Trump did that before a bill was ever even passed. Before he ever even got all the way in office, the border was secured. They sat there and just dry lied to y'all. And y'all still voted for these motherfuckers at a 92% clip. This is what the pastor was talking about. What's wrong with y'all? That's what that black pastor was talking about, man. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? It's like y'all don't even use y'all brain. Whatever these people, that's the true definition of control. That's the true definition of a slave. A motherfucker who would do anything that you tell them to do without questioning it. That's slavery.
So tell us about that. Is that a way to significantly cut back? How can the administration enforce those policies to reshape the welfare system?
Well, Maria, I think it's a paradigm shift. You know as well as I do, work restores dignity. Yeah. Work brings pride. You know, and our welfare system deviated from what it was intended to be from its origin. It was intended for the most vulnerable, to the most needy in our country. But now we've created welfare as a lifestyle in our country. And you know, America is not a welfare state. America is a country of opportunity and a country of entrepreneurship. And so this will help us to encourage able-bodied people in America that are receiving government subsidies to work. You know,
in other news, in other words, get off your ass. That's what they saying. Get off your ass. Like, we don't have no problem helping the elderly. We don't have no problem helping the disabled. We don't have no problem helping children. We have a problem helping you able-bodied motherfuckers who like to sit at home and do nothing. Y'all don't get up and try to do shit. I hate getting up in the morning and the first thing I do when I stop at the gas station to put some gas in my car, the first thing I see is a motherfucker in front of my car begging. I fucking hate that shit. I hate to see that shit. I will cuss you out. Get the fuck away from my car, bro. Go fucking do something. You got 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 eyes. Motherfucker, use them. I didn't get these gold chains in this shop and all this shit from getting up begging a motherfucker for something. I showed people I got a service. I have a business. And I provide value. I bring value to people's lives. Y'all don't bring value to people's lives, and y'all want somebody to give y'all shit. That's why y'all sit around all day watching the news, crying about every motherfucking thing that come on the screen. Trump taking away Social Security. Trump taking away welfare. Trump taking away. Man, shut up. Your broke ass. I can't stand a broke complaining motherfucker. It's 1,000, it's 1,000,000 ways to get money out here. You talk to black folks about certain shit, man. Tell a motherfucker about the stock market and shit like that's gambling. You stupid. You're an idiot. That's why y'all don't know shit. That's why y'all don't have shit, because you don't know shit. Don't know shit about real estate. Don't know shit about stocks. Don't know shit about running a business. That's why most of y'all businesses fail within the first 5 years. I've been in business for over 10. Because y'all don't do shit but sit around and fucking complain.
There was a study that came out, almost 50% of households that are receiving HUD funds, almost 50%, not one person in that household is working. And that has to change. That culture, that paradigm has to change. At HUD, this is common sense compassion. We want to help people and invigorate and encourage people to work, able-bodied people to work. We're not talking about the elderly. We're not talking about those that are disabled. Able-bodied, able-minded people that are receiving HUD funding should go to work to restore dignity, Maria. Maria, you get up early in the morning and you work, you serve. And so we want to give other people and encourage others the same opportunity. And so this is a great step forward, working with our colleagues at Agriculture and also Health and Human Services and Dr. Oz to be kind of a catalyst to change the trajectory of the lives of people in our country.
I think it's a great.
Yeah, they want y'all to get off y'all ass, man. That's why they getting all the illegals up out of here. You know, opening up jobs. They getting all these DEI jobs up out of here. You know, we getting all that shit. We cleaning it up. Draining the swamp. That's what Trump called it. We draining the swamp. And you niggas gonna have to get off y'all ass. Y'all was wondering what Trump was talking about when he said black jobs. Y'all finna learn what a black job is. Because your black ass is finna be on it. Paying back your student loans. Yeah. Time to go to work. Ain't no more sitting at home, Shaniqua, waiting on your food stamps to hit and your baby daddy child support check and all that old kind of shit. Get off your ass. Ain't no more laying on your back to get on your feet. It's time to do some work. Open a business. Do something. Pay your taxes. Do what you're supposed to do. You an American citizen. That's what Americans do. We go to work. We pay our taxes. Now the elderly, disabled, the kids, we got them. Because they can't fend for themselves. But you grown motherfuckers, able-bodied motherfuckers, y'all finna have to get off y'all ass and go to work. Pick up a lawnmower. Pick up a hammer. Get off the block. Stop selling dope. Stop fucking up your community. And get you a job.
Point that you make, Secretary, because work is empowering. And, you know, it also checks the box of a way to reassess these programs and perhaps save a little money where you're looking to actually align with colleagues in the House and Senate trying to come up with spending cuts for this big, beautiful bill to get the president's agenda passed. But you make the right point, and that is work is empowering. Why not, align with people so that they can see the benefits of that rather than just being so dependent on government? President Trump has said many times he wants private enterprise to rule the day in this economy.
That's exactly.
And why do y'all want that? Why do y'all want the government in y'all business? That's what I don't get. Like, black people talk about white people so bad. Y'all always talking about the government and the police and all this old kind of shit, man. And Trump is trying to give you motherfuckers freedom. True freedom. Get off of welfare. You have control of your own destiny. Get off your ass. Ain't no more handicap. Ain't no more handouts. We done with that. We broke. When you broke, you don't give away shit. You just don't keep, like, y'all want motherfuckers to keep printing money and keep just giving y'all shit. It doesn't work like that. We broke. We in debt. We ain't got shit to give nobody. We gotta pay our taxes. The country has to pay their taxes. We all gotta pay. It ain't just y'all. We all gotta pay.
Right, and Maria, you hit it on the head. I was visiting one of our public housing authorities, the residents that live there in a city in our country, and I was visiting with them about the deplorable conditions that they live in one of our public housing authorities, which we're taking inventory of all of those as well. And I heard the testimony of one young lady said, I have been living in this public housing authority in this project since 1973. That means she has been living there since birth or shortly thereafter. And so because of that, her mother...
That's insane. 1973? Bruh. It's 2025. About to be 2026. 1973? Man, bro, like, oh my God. And people don't see nothing wrong with this shit. I know people like I don't know people who been living since 1973 on welfare, but I know people who have been on welfare all their life. I used to talk to this one chick. Her and her mama was on Section 8 and food stamps and collecting child support. That's how they living. Never had a job. I tried to get the girl to go get a job. Let the bitch come live with me rent free. so she can try to get her driver license and do what she need to do to get on her feet. You know what that bitch did? Nothing. Wasted time. While I was at work, going to school, doing what I was supposed to do, this bitch was at home smoking weed, chilling with niggas in the apartments. They don't want shit because y'all keep giving them shit. They satisfied with that. That's why they be out in the projects fighting and all that old kind of stuff, man, because they got too much time on their hands. When they could be out on somebody's job working to get up out the projects.
Probably her grandmother raised her there. She's living there. Now she's raising her children there. And so that's the paradigm that we want to change. My parents, neither one of them went to college, but they both instilled in me a tremendous work ethic, and it has made our family stronger. And that's what we want here, not just at HUD, but from the administration, our country overall, is to have young people to see those coming before them, working hard, providing for them families, because if young people are incentivized to work, that will change our culture. It'll change our workforce. It'll increase earnings, increase family stability. And so that's what we're after here at HUD. That's what the president and our administration is after. And Maria, I believe that it is beneficial for the posterity of our country, the rehabilitation and the reconciliation of our families.
No doubt about it.
I'm excited about it.
Secretary, it's a great.
See, Republicans care about the black family. They tired of y'all talking shit about the black man because y'all can sit on government assistance and get all this assistance to go to school, get in this student loan debt and all this whole kind of shit and think y'all better than the black man. When a lot of black men are doing better than y'all. I don't have a degree and I'm doing better than the majority of black women. That's a fact. I know a bunch of brothers who don't have degrees, and they're doing a lot better than black women. Better than the women they had kids by. And this is what he's saying. Y'all need to put y'all families back together, get you a job, start you a business, and live the American dream. Work with the black man. Get y'all a house. Stop looking for a stepdaddy. Stop going to the club. Stop twerking every goddamn where. Stop knocking shit over. Stop acting a damn fool. You don't have time to be out bullshitting. This is why y'all live the way y'all live. Because y'all get up on bullshit every day because y'all know it's going to be somebody who give y'all something. I literally know women who get up every day and just post twerk videos and all this old kind of shit all day long, waiting for a nigga to give them something. At the same time, begging from the government, waiting on Section 8, pay their rent, waiting on their food stamps to hit their card, waiting on their child support to hit their card. Turn around, post a twerk video, wait on some lame to hit their cash out. Zelle or Apple Pay, whatever. And this is how y'all out here living. And blaming it on the white man. It is the white man's fault. White Democrats who sold y'all this bullshit. Turned y'all against y'all black man. And destroy your black family. And still think you pro-black.
Points. Great angle to be focused on and has so many impacts. Thank you, sir. Great to talk with you this morning. Secretary Scott Turner. Quick break and then summer travel season. Well, it's right around the corner.
Well, see, that's what I'm talking about. Black man, Republican, suit and tie type of brother. Speak well. You know, not being ratchet, trying to prove how black he is by doing dumb shit and talking dumb, saying stupid shit. going against Trump, going against the thing that's going to help black people put their black families back together and have black unity in a true family setting, not this stepdaddy, stepmama, baby daddy, baby mama bullshit that y'all came up with. Because black folks created this. Black folks created the baby mama, baby daddy epidemic. Y'all promote it. Y'all proud of it. Y'all proud single mothers. Proud to bash the father of your kids. Proud to say the man that you open your legs to and let come up in you ain't shit. If you ain't shit, he ain't shit. I mean, if he ain't shit, you ain't shit. If he garbage, you garbage. You jumped in the goddamn dumpster to fuck with the garbage. This is Black America, folks. This is Black America. But y'all like, share, subscribe, comment on the video. Let me know how y'all feel about this, man. More videos on the way. Stay tuned. Hit the link in the description. You want tattoos or piercings, you in Dallas, Texas, holla at your boy. If you want custom rugs, if you in the city, if you anywhere in America, we'll get it to your doorstep. Don't be a lame like these black folks standing out here playing victim to problems that they created.